You know what I love about filming videos at home is that you guys don't know whether or not I'm wearing pants. Like I have a secret from you. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe from joesdaily.com. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, and commenting on my videos. I just want to get that out of the way. I really appreciate you. All of that being said, since I'm not really traveling as much right now, I decided I'm going to start creating videos that come to mind throughout the week. And I jot them down in my notebook, and then I am now producing them, which is what I'm here to do today. And one of the things that came to me while I was actually in the shower today was, why do I love to cruise solo? Now, it goes without saying that I love my wife, but you know, sometimes cruising without her, it's just really good. It's really fun. It's almost like a way to reignite, rejuvenate my passion of travel, and also just rejuvenate the fact that I haven't seen my wife for a while, so I get excited to go home and see her. So that's just like a little tidbit of why it's a nice, healthy thing to do. But that's not really the reason why. I don't do it to get away from her. Don't get it twisted. Matter of fact, this video could actually relate to me traveling with friends. So without further ado, here are 5 reasons why I like solo cruising. So the first thing I wanted to mention about reasons I love to cruise solo is I'm a get up and go kind of person. What does that mean? Well, I'm the kind of person where I'll roll out of bed, instantly brush my teeth, take a shower, and then go down to the cafe with my laptop and kind of just start getting inspiration about my day. Now, you got to remember this. Please take a note. Let's put a little bookmark here. I'm a content creator. And even when I'm traveling on vacation, which is basically my life is travel, which is awesome. I'm always thinking about content. And it may sound exhausting. And it may even be exhausting to the guests that I'm with, whether it's my wife or my friends. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not a get up and go kind of person, I feel like you're kind of hindering my inspiration, my content, and it slows me down. And it's going to sound like I'm being very selfish. I totally am well aware that when I say this out loud, it sounds like I'm being selfish. But remember, I'm not on vacation, so to speak. I'm there to work. So like, for example, my wife, you know, she can't just roll out of bed and go. She's usually got to get up and get ready. And that can be like in an hour, hour and a half process. And no judgment, of course. Doesn't matter that she's a female getting ready. It's not about that, the cliche like, oh, the women take forever to get ready. It's not that at all. It's just me, my mental state is like, get up, go, enjoy an espresso down at the cafe. So I'll go down there and then get some work. And like I said, get inspired and maybe even get a little breakfast. But when you're traveling with someone else, they might want to get up, get ready, go to the cafe, maybe go to the buffet. And me, I'm like, I'm not really a breakfast person. So if I get breakfast, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I just want to get up and go. So that's why I wanted to kick off this video. At least my first reason for solo cruising is because when you're a content creator, your every minute counts. And for me, I don't want to waste a minute. So that's why I'm up early and I'm go to bed late. It's because I'm just getting all my inspiration juices going. And if you're hindering that by slowing me down or I'm waiting for you, that makes it very difficult. Another reason I like to travel solo is I like to be able to dine whenever I want. And typically when you're, you know, at the mercy of someone else's stomach and their hunger, you tend to kind of meld together. For example, it's like lunchtime, maybe it's like between 11 and 1, and maybe their stomach's growling and you're kind of fine from the coffee you had before. It's kind of just holding you over. So then it's like, well, now you feel forced, you got to go sit down and have lunch. You know, obviously a cruise ship is like a moving hotel, right? So technically it's not like we have to be together 24/7. So don't get it twisted. I know it sounds like I'm being dramatic, like, oh, you got to follow them around, but it's not so much about that. It's the fact that you don't want to leave them alone. They don't want to leave you alone. So you feel like you're, like I said, kind of like a victim to their hunger in this case. And one of the things I love about solo cruising is like, I can wake up and as I mentioned before, I'm not really a huge breakfast person, but it is nice to, if I choose to have breakfast today, whether it's a muffin or an omelet, I can go do that, but at my own discretion. I don't have to really worry about meeting up with someone to go have breakfast. Same with lunch and dinner. Sometimes I maybe have a jam-packed lunch because maybe I'm taking photos of food, and then come dinner time, I'm like, instead of going to the dining room or a specialty, I'm just gonna go grab a couple slices of pizza and then go to the casino. You know, like I have my own free time to do whatever I want, not have to wait at a long dinner and then figure out, okay, what are we doing after this long dinner? I have more flexibility with my time, and that's kind of a big key to being a content creator, is having complete flexibility. So this next one is actually something I do at home. Now, I'm not an introvert by any means. Matter of fact, a lot of my energy, I'm like the opposite of an introvert, where like introverts, you know, they stay at home so that they can kind of build up the energy for their next week so that they have energy and, you know, they got to like rejuvenate themselves, right? For me, I'm a little bit the opposite. I don't know if it's an extrovert or what, but basically I thrive off people. I love conversation. And when I'm at home, like if my wife wants to go play video games or hang out at home, I might go to the bar and just go chat with people. And the same goes with solo cruising. One of the things I love is at any given time, I could just roll up to the cafe, a bar, and it pushes me to have a conversation with people. And part of my job isn't exactly to interview people, right? But getting people's opinions helps me write articles or create videos. So for me, being able to not have someone to talk to, it forces me into wanting to find other people to talk to, whether it's a couple I just met or friends on vacation. Cruise ships are just flooded with families and couples and friendships just meeting together, especially now that the pandemic is, we're not out of it yet, but people are so eager to get out and see the people they love. They're so enthusiastic, and it helps me write my story, helps create my content. And not to say if I had my wife or a friend with me, that would hinder that necessarily. But when you're alone, you definitely, assuming you're not a quiet, introverted person, I'm assuming you wouldn't be solo traveling. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's a good chance that you're going to be eager to talk to people or welcome talking to people. Maybe they talk to you. Maybe they wonder, why are you alone? Let's chat with this person. People are so friendly on cruise ships. I honestly, 99% of the people you meet want to chat with you. Very rarely do I ever run into a person that's like, don't talk to me? You know what I mean? By the way, if you have witnessed something different yourself on a cruise, please leave a comment below. If I'm wrong, if that 99% fact, I mean, obviously I was just creating a fake number, but that's what it feels like to me. I've never run into someone that's ever like, you know, don't talk to me. I don't want to be bothered. So let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. So I know in the beginning intro of this video, I said 5 things, 5 reasons I like to cruise solo, but I just realized that as I was creating this video, I really only had 4 main reasons. I'm sure the more will pop up in my head as I'm editing this video, but so it goes. But the last thing I want to say is kind of like an overarching blanket statement is I tend to do more on the ship when I'm traveling alone. So to kind of expand on that, when I'm with my wife, for example, you know, we'll usually we'll go to the shows, we'll go eat, we'll do everything for the most part on the ship. It's not like we don't do most of everything on the ship. But when you have a ship like Wonder of the Seas, which I just did the inaugural for Wonder of the Seas, the world's largest cruise ship in the world, which, by the way, you can actually watch my video of my favorite dining experiences. I'll put the link down below for that. But I tend to do more. Like, for example, my wife and I, it's not like we're not fun people, but we don't really do the slides, the water slides. And they're not just for kids. Like a lot of times the water slides, especially on Wonder of the Seas, is actually really cool and a lot of fun. And when I was on this last trip, I actually did the water slide, something I normally don't do. So I think when I'm alone, unless I have someone with me that's like just one of those crazy fun people that literally just like is so energetic and wants to do everything, which is not, I really don't know of any of my friends I'm thinking of that's like that. Not to say they're boring, but they're just not like that. I tend to do a lot more, especially when I'm on a media trip and there's a bunch of other, maybe they're cruise vloggers or someone like that. I tend to do more, like I hear what they're doing and I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. And you know, normally when I'm with my wife, like I'll be like, hey, do you want to do that? And she might say, I'm not really wanting to do that. So then I'll be like, okay, we won't do that. But you know, when I'm alone, I tend to be like, I kind of want to do everything. You know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of why I'm ending this video. My last reason with that is because overarching the blanket statement of this whole thing is I tend to do more. I'll go eat more. I'll go do this more. I'll go to all the restaurants, all the bars, all the activities, all the shows. And yeah, I think when I'm with other people, I just don't do as much. I do the things that are important, but I don't really do all the little side things that maybe had I not done them on a solo trip, I would have never discovered. And I think that's important as a content creator to be aware of that. And that's why I like solo cruising. So yeah, guys, that's it. That is the 4 reasons why I like to solo cruise. I know it's not for everyone, and this video isn't about convincing you to be a solo cruiser, but I will say this. I'm starting to see more and more solo cruisers get out there and cruise by themselves, because one thing that cruise ships do really well, The people, the cruisers, the people that are diehard cruisers, they are so good at building community. Matter of fact, I met at least 10 different people that were solo, but they actually kind of weren't solo, because even though they were by themselves physically, they actually met up with the Facebook groups that they're part of. These cruising Facebook groups are everywhere, and these people will literally join these groups, and then they'll book a cruise with the intention of meeting up with these people, but in the end they are solo, so they still have the flexibility of doing whatever the heck they want to do. And I think that's great. I think that's really a great way to discover yourself, is traveling solo and learning about what you like and what you don't like. And I think that's what you're seeing a lot more of. People are so eager to get out there and just start exploring. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I really appreciate that, because I'm really trying to bring back this channel with things I'm passionate about. And if you are new here, just know that I'm going to be doing more travel videos, more cruise-related travel videos as well. I'm going to start doing some fun car videos, unboxings, and all that sort of different stuff like that. So if you kind of like lifestyle-esque videos, content, whatever you want to call it, then stick around, hit that subscribe button. As always, if you guys want to find me on my social channels, all the links are down below. That's it. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.